Hey Troglodytes, how's it going today? It's Austin here at Troglodytes Guitars, and we have a more modern SG, but this thing looks very, very, very classy. This is a 2014 Gibson SG, and they call it the SGS3, basically SG3 pickups. And it's kind of a tribute to the 60s, you know, the 61, 62. I forget when the SGs had this side pole trim. I think that might have been around 63. Somewhere in that early 60s range. So it's kind of a reissue, but I believe this one was made in the USA line, not custom shop. But I mean, 2014, 2015, Gibson did quite a few of these kind of interesting ones, like the Fort Knox custom, which is all gold everywhere, and just quite a few interesting guitars. You have to look it up on their website. Some of the other ones are like the Halicon Les Paul and the Golden Pearl. That's another one I remember. So they just did quite a few interesting little guitars, and this one's actually fairly desirable. There's not a lot on the market simply because, you know, it's a fairly new guitar and people are holding on to them because they just look so classy. Now, besides a special custom order finish in the 60s, I don't believe black was available, you know, right away in 61. I'm not quite sure when black was first available. All right, so let's take a look at this guitar. I mean, it's, what is it, 2 years old or so. It's got very light play wear. It's in good condition. So you can see your headstock here. I mean, if you look around, you've got some light string changing wear, but mainly just dust right now. SG on the truss rod cover. The only thing I wish they would have done differently on this would have been a custom logo and the binding, but I guess you gotta save that for the custom shop guitars, don't you? Alright, now if you don't know, in 2014 they did away with the fret nib over the frets there, so there is no fret nib binding, and that's not because it was refretted. That was just because, for whatever reason, 2014 was an anniversary year. I think 120th anniversary, if I remember correctly. This one does not have the ugly inlay. Thankfully, they spared this model for that. I don't know about you guys, but anniversary inlay things, I feel like, especially the 2015, the death scrawl thing, a lot of people hated it, the wide necks, but I mean, this was a year before that. But back from rambling, I would appreciate, you know, the anniversary editions to be down to just one, kind of like in the 78, the 2550s anniversaries. It was just one big anniversary Les Paul, not every single model having something. All right, so back to this guitar. It looks like yeah, it looks like the original Pickguard plastic covering is still on it. So if you take that off, you won't have as much wear. I'm sure there shouldn't be any wear under there. Not yet anyways. But as always with a black guitar, it shows every little smudge, every little picking scratch. I mean, I'm sure you could polish it up and make it look nice. Something to point out is it looks like somebody missed the input jack. They were too lazy to look and they kind of dinged it there. And you've got some light wear and scratches. I mean, it would clean up alright, but it's just going to get dirty again when you play it, so we'll leave that up to you. Gold hardware is in good shape. I mean, I've got some smudges. Once again, they can clean off pretty alright, as well as on there. Looks like you got a small little something there. Just light wear. I mean, I would say this is similar to kind of a floor model, maybe even better. Looks like you got some scratches here. They might polish out, but I think they look like they're very lightly in the clear coat. The guitar, definitely a 60s profile neck. Not super tiny or anything. I guess I should probably go over this if you've never had one of these before. It's a side pole trim, so instead of the usual up and down like that, it's actually to the side. Kind of interesting. I mean, if you don't like it, you can remove it, but you're going to have holes in the top of your guitar. But that did come stock from the factory like that. That's kind of part of the look on these. All right, serial number, well, thankfully it's showing up okay. This is a very heavily coated guitar with finish. It's kind of hard to see these serials sometimes, but that one shows up pretty good. No breaks, cracks, or repairs, but it looks like you got some smudges from like a stand. Doesn't look like any stand rash per se, though. The neck has average play wear. I mean, just your light scratches and whatnot. I think it's on the other side of the neck. Or you can kind of see where it is a little bit more scratched up from like a ring into the clear coat. As well as, let's see, where is that? Yeah, there we go. You can kind of see it there where it's scratched up. There we go. And that's just in the clear coat. I mean, it's not painfully as obvious as I just made it look. You got to get the light in it to really see it, but it is there. I mean, this guitar, once again, was sold to me as a mint condition guitar. Hey, guess what, guys? There's no such thing as a mint condition guitar out there. Well, back of the guitar, if we can get this to focus again. There we go. Has average wear. I think there's a line, kind of indentation / scratch here. It's nothing too bad, but it is there. And let's see. Just, you know, your light average wear. It's a black guitar. It's going to show everything. It's all stock. I guess I checked this guitar in a few days ago, so I forget what pickups were in it. I think they were 57 Classics, though, if I remember correctly. It does come with its original case over here. It's the top one. Under there is one of the original brown cases. And I mean, you got your pink interior, brown exterior, and you got some original case candy in there and whatnot. So, if you think you might be interested in owning this beautiful Gibson SGS3, that's hard to say, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglodytes, Trogoys. You can also check out the reverb listing. Well, hey, we'll catch you next time, Troglodytes. Bye.